What if I told you there's a man who turned $1,700 into $5 billion and will never pay a single cent in taxes on any of it? This isn't a scam, it's not illegal, and technically, you could do it too. His name is Peter Thiel. You might know him as the co-founder of PayPal or the first outside investor in Facebook. But what you probably don't know is that he owns the most valuable retirement account in the history of the United States. Let's go back to 1999. The dot-com boom is in full swing. A young Peter Thiel has just co-founded a little company called PayPal, and he makes a decision that will change his financial future forever. He opens a Roth IRA.
Now, a Roth IRA seems boring, right? You can only contribute a few $1,000s a year. But here's what makes it special. Everything inside grows completely tax-free, forever. But Thiel didn't just buy index funds like most people. He used something called a self-directed Roth IRA. This lets you invest in almost anything, including private company stock. So in 1999, Thiel bought 1.7 million shares of his own company, PayPal, at a price of 1/10 of a penny per share. Total cost, just $1,700. Now, was this a sweetheart deal? Absolutely. Could you or I do the same thing? Probably not. But here's where it gets really interesting. In 2002, PayPal goes public. Then eBay acquires it for $1.5 billion. Those shares Thiel bought for $1,700, they're now worth tens of millions. But here's the genius part. Instead of cashing out, Thiel keeps everything inside the Roth. No taxes, no capital gains, nothing. Then, in 2004, a Harvard dropout named Mark Zuckerberg is looking for his first investor. Thiel writes a check for $500,000 from his Roth IRA. That investment would eventually be worth over $1 billion. And remember, it's all inside the Roth, tax-free. Thiel kept making investments like this: Palantir, Airbnb, SpaceX, all inside his Roth IRA. By 2021, when ProPublica obtained leaked IRS data, they discovered something shocking. Peter Thiel's Roth IRA was worth over $5 billion. $5 billion. In a retirement account designed for regular people to save a few $1,000s a year. Let's do the math. If Thiel had made these investments in a regular brokerage account, he'd owe about 37% in taxes. That's almost $2 billion to the IRS. But because it's in a Roth, zero, nothing. He can withdraw every penny after age 59 and a half, completely tax-free. Now, is this fair? That's a debate for another video. Congress has actually tried to close this loophole. But here's the thing. What Thiel did was completely legal. He just understood the rules better than everyone else. And he played the game at a level most people can't access. So what can you actually learn from this? You probably can't buy pre-IPO startup shares in your Roth. But here's what you can do. Max out your Roth IRA every year. That's $7,000 in 2024, or $8,000 if you're over 50. Start as early as humanly possible. Even with regular index funds, the power of tax-free compound growth over decades is insane. A 25-year-old who maxes out their Roth every year could have over $2 million by retirement, all tax-free. Look at this. If you start at 25 versus 35, that 10-year head start more than doubles your final amount. That's the same lesson Thiel understood. Get your money growing tax-free as early as possible, and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Peter Thiel turned $1,700 into $5 billion. You might not become a billionaire, but you can still use the same tax-free vehicle he did. Open a Roth IRA. Max it out. Start now. I'm Hailey. Follow for more stories about how the wealthy really build their money, and drop a comment. Would you use a self-directed Roth IRA if you could?